Hey, what's up everybody? I am back with a new unboxing. This unboxing is going to review a lot of beginner loadout items. So first we're going to get started with one of the most important things in Airsoft, and arguably it's more important than the gun itself, the face mask. If you don't have a face mask, you can't play at all. You have nothing to cover your eyes, which is most important. Even if you just run goggles, but I'd recommend covering up your mouth too, because it is a possibility to get shot in the mouth or lose a tooth. Now, it has been seen before, and if you look it up online, you'd see plenty of pictures of people getting their tooth chipped or even worse. Now, the second most important thing to play is the gun itself. So this is a very good beginner gun. This is the G&G Combat Machine. It is an M4 based platform. Now I have opened this once before, but just to check. But this is all your basic needs. Now most of this doesn't actually come with it, so this is a lot of stuff was ordered on the side, such as the battery. So the battery is very important to run a gun, especially if you're running an AEG, which is an electric type airsoft gun. Next you have your BBs. Now I'd recommend, most people recommend 20 gram BBs because they're a good weight and they're not like too heavy or too light, so I would recommend that. And if you're running anything, I'd recommend to get some kind of lubricant, because it comes handy in future, especially with the second gun I'm going to show you today. Then here's some instruction manuals and warranties. And most airsoft guns, they come with high cap magazines, meaning that they have this turn wheel at the bottom, and you fill it up at this trap door up here. You can see it open and close there. Then you just dump the BBs in, and then you turn the wheel till you see the BBs come up, and they come up right here. Now for the thing we all been waiting for, the gun itself. So the G&G Combat Machine is a lightweight, and it's a really good gun all around. It'll last you a long time, and you could do a lot of internal changes, and it has a quick change spring. So if you want to make your gun shoot weaker for, say, like a CQB arena, you could do that by simply opening up the stock, and there'd be a wrench that you might need just to pull out the screw in between, and then a screwdriver for another screw inside. Now, there's many videos on YouTube to show you how to do this. And most importantly, you want an easy change hop up. If I could open up this bolt. Okay. So the bolt's on this side, and your hop up would be right in front of the box here. And then the hop up is like how much backspin you have on your BBs. If you want them to go up or down, like higher, then you'd add more hop up. If you want them to go more straight down, less hop up, because it adds less spin. Now, this is more of the spot that I would recommend. This isn't really necessary, but it is important if you want to have a good experience in airsoft. So next, secondary, extra magazines, mid-cap in this case, and an unjamming rod. So, unjamming rod is very, very important. It will come in so much handy. So I'll open it up here for you guys. And in this case, kind of works like an old German unjamming rod. So here you would screw it into each other to add length to the unjamming rod. If not, one would not work alone. And this one comes with a cleaning rod, I guess you could say. And this is like, just want to keep maintenance on the gun, you just add it up here and stick it down the barrel of the gun. And if you want to add a rag, opposed to like using the cleaning rod, then this is what that's for. So you could wrap the rag in between. Now for the magazines, here I use a mid-cap magazine. Now these could be quite annoying to load because opposed to the high cap, there's no scroll wheel at the bottom or a trap door you have to open. You have to load them individually out of this top spot. So it could be a little bit annoying, but I don't have a speed loader on me currently. I'm getting one delivered. That is very important. If you're going to get a mid-cap, make sure you get a speed loader. And get a speed loader for what I'm about to show you now. Now this is the Elite Force M1911 Tactical. It's a very good pistol, and it's a very powerful recoil. So I'd recommend a little work, and this is CO2 powered, but yes, you can run green gas. So I already have the CO2 in here, and no, I have some footage of firing it. And it comes with this Allen wrench. So when you put in your CO2, you would screw this in or out. Now, never leave your CO2 inside the magazine. I'm doing that for video purposes only. Leaving CO2 in the magazine isn't very good for it, nor is dry firing it. Dry firing, cool. That really hurts the gun. Now the Elite Force, actual gun. So whenever you shoot this is a gas blowback. So there's a safety on it, most important. And I would recommend getting a holster. So when you pull it out, you're not always have it loosely running around. I have a holster, a soft shell holster. But how this works, so works like a real pistol. Cock it back and chamber the BB, and then you would fire. Now, one thing with CO2, very important, you need to get silicone oil. Now, you need silicone oil because it's so powerful that it actually breaks itself sometimes. So you need to keep up maintenance with it, and if you don't, it will eventually break down and be in devastation. You need to repair it. Now, if you're gonna use green gas, I would recommend green gas. It's a pretty affordable spot, and you can use propane instead of actual green gas itself. Now, to run propane, you would need an adapter. But if you want more power, longer performance, CO2 is your route. Now, CO2 isn't super expensive, but it will likely cost you more than green gas. Now, in my experience playing Airsoft, this secondary is really not needed at all. All you need is a high-cap magazine. And if you're under 16, most Airsoft fields require you to wear a full face mask like this. But I don't have it here, but personally I run a mesh mask with goggles. I'd recommend getting anti-fog goggles because if you do not have anti-fog, then it would be very difficult for you to see in the game and you would have to be taken out. Now, nobody likes to be taken out of an Airsoft game and miss that few minutes of playtime. Now, most people will be like, why not get a sniper? Well, I say to get an AR like this. Because if you don't get a good starting weapon, if you have a sniper and have a bad time, you're not gonna like the sport. Now, with this, you could play pretty much all around. You could be a little supportive, a little close, or even you could be far range if you're really that good. And this one has adjustable iron sights, which is honestly amazing. Now, for younger folks, I would recommend this, but smaller. like a more lightweight version. Now, there's smaller versions of this for sure out here, and there's springers. But if you're like 10, you could definitely run this. Battery, pretty simple to put in the battery. You just gotta remove the back of the stock. That's a little process, but not that bad. And your battery will go into those two spots that you'll see once you open it. Now, another important thing. So, each airsoft field has its own individual rules. Personally, for my airsoft area, they require us to run biodegradable BBs. Can't run anything else due to safety, and that's an outdoor field. Which I do plan to get some gameplay out soon. Once coronavirus passes over. But this is definitely not anywhere near done my loadout. It's just my personal one for now because I'm not experienced. I'm not super fully in depth into the sport yet, but yet I have a good mil sim loadout. And if you get any mid-cap magazines, forgot to mention this, get more. Why this is, if you're going to go down the milsim route, which unlikely for when you're starting, you're probably going to do a lot of skirmish, get more of these. These are going to be your life saviors as well, and make sure you have plenty of speed loaders. And don't lose your speed loaders. It's a very common thing. I've seen a lot of people do it in the short time I have been playing. And if you're going to be a beginner into the sport, few tips. Don't be afraid to get hit. And make sure you call your hits. It's not fun for people who cheat. But that is all I've got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you've enjoyed and consider joining Airsoft. It'd be awesome to have you into the sport, and I hope to see you again on airsofting terms. Goodbye.